Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, what's going on? Guys, I'm going to do a reaction to that Floyd Khan video that I did. It seems like it got everyone riled up and everyone's got their opinion. Listen, I don't want to go into it. I'll do another separate video talking about what I was talking about there. Respond to a few of your comments. But Jaron Boots Ennis has said something which really a lot of people think is controversial. Jaron Boots Ennis has said that he feels that Charlo and Canelo is a 50-50 fight. Before I talk about the Canelo-Charlo, I want to talk a little bit about Jaron Boots Ennis. What a special talent. What a special... You know, I get goosebumps, you know, when I watch Jaron Boots Ennis. There's something special about him. You know, I used to get goosebumps when I used to watch Khan back in his younger days, when I used to watch Pacquiao, when I used to watch, you know, some of these young talents coming through, and I was like, wow, this guy really excites me. You know, really excites me. And Boots Ennis, oh my God, what a talent. I am comfortable, and I know, listen, I want to know what your guys' opinion is about Jaron Boots Ennis, because I know some of you guys think he's over. Listen, I'm willing to, this guy, for me, is a special talent. Special talent. And you guys know I don't really get excited about fighters, but I'm telling you, I am so excited about Jaron Boots Ennis. I think he beats every single welterweight. I am happy to say that. Like, he beats every single welterweight right now. Some of you will say, Imran, you're stupid, you're crazy, you're talking nonsense. There's no way that Jaron Boots Ennis beats every single welterweight. Who is he for? But you know what? There's something special about Boots Ennis. That guy, oof. There's something great about that guy. Like, when when, for example, Christian, for example, talks about Andrade, or Ahmed talks about Crawford. You know, yeah, they're good fighters, don't get me wrong. But what I see in this kid, I'm telling you, there's something special about him. There's something about him. Eye of a tiger, like, this guy is special. I've been watching boxing a long time now, and I feel like when I see something, whoa, that's out of the norm, Jaron he's a fighter. I'm telling you guys, he's a fighter. He's somebody to watch out for. He's somebody to... That guy can fight. That guy can fight. And you know what? Jaron Boots Ennis is one guy that I want to interview on my channel. I want to get Jaron Boots Ennis on. Hopefully, I'm going to message him, see if I can get hold of him and interview him one day. Like, I'm so excited about Jaron Boots Ennis. I want to see Jaron Boots Ennis. I want to interview him. I really want to interview him. I feel like I would love to interview him. At the minute, he hasn't got the profile that I feel he deserves. And I think more YouTube channels that interview him, that get him out there, the better. Because I feel like he deserves to be promoted. I feel like he deserves to get out there. He hasn't got the name yet. I don't know why he's not being promoted. You know, he needs to have a name. He needs to be... This guy is one of the hot prospects in boxing. One of the youngest, in my opinion, I think he's the best talent in young prospect coming through. Like, I don't even know whether you can call him a prospect now, because I just said I think he beats every single welterweight. And honestly, I would love to interview Jaron Boots Ennis. The guy is a great fighter, great young talent. And listen, he needs to prove it against the top boys, but he's not gonna get the fights against those top guys. They're not gonna want to fight him. They're not gonna want to fight him. No one's gonna want to go near Jaron Boots Ennis. He's too dangerous. You know, why are you gonna fight Jaron Ennis? Why are you gonna fight Jaron Ennis? He's too dangerous. You know, what do you gain for Crawford or Spence? Why would they want to fight him? But Jaron Boots Ennis says that he thinks that Charlo and Canelo is a 50-50 fight. I have to respectfully disagree with Ennis, and I'm a big fan, as you guys saw. I'm a big fan of Jaron Boots Ennis. But I disagree. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a fight where Canelo would be a firm favorite to win. Canelo would be a massive favorite, actually, to win that fight. But I think Charlo will come and bring it. You know, I think Jermall Lyons only Charlo. Charlo is a good fighter. There's no doubt about it. You know, he isn't a poor fighter. Charlo can really fight. You know, and I like Charlo. I like the energy. And I've always liked the Charlos, especially Jermall. Jermall he's putting in that work. You know, Jermall Charlo, I really like his energy. I think Charlo will bring it. I think he'll bring it. You know, and But I just don't, at this point, I don't see those guys beating Canelo. Like, some people saying it's a 50-50 fight. Just like, how? I don't see how. How is it? How is Jermall Charlo a 50-50 fight with Canelo? I can't see it. I can't see it. To be honest with you, Jermall Charlo's not as fast. He's athletic, don't get me wrong, but, you know, he's not nimble-footed. You know, Canelo could walk him down. He's not going to knock Canelo out. He's got good power, decent power, but nothing that's going to hurt Canelo. And I think Canelo has serious power that could hurt him. And just Canelo, for me, is a superior boxer. I think he's a superior boxer. I think he could outbox Charlo as well. And I think he could beat him down. So I don't really see it as a 50-50 fight, if I'm totally being honest with you. I don't know how you guys see it. I just don't see it being a 50-50 fight. I'm just being brutally honest. And I like Charlo. I'm a fan of Charlo. I like Charlo, but I just don't see it being a 50-50. I think Canelo's a firm favourite to win that. And I think the bookies would have him a firm favourite to win it. So I disagree with Jaron Ennis there. But, you know, it's a fight that I want to see. And it's a fight I want to see is because isn't Canelo one of the guys that isn't Canelo, one of the guys, Charlo, sorry, isn't Charlo one of the guys that people want to see Canelo fight, and people were saying Canelo's avoiding? So I want to see that fight for that. And all the people that have been saying that Canelo's avoiding Charlo, right? And I've also heard some news that Canelo will be sitting ringside at Makabu's fight. I honestly don't want to see him fight Makabu. I want to see Canelo fight Charlo. And people may say Makabu's a harder fight, but we all know what Canelo's going to, the stick he's going to get. And Canelo might not care. He might want to win a belt at cruiserweight. But I want to see Canelo fight Charlo. Honestly, I want that fight now. I want that fight. I want Canelo to fight Charlo. I honestly want to see that fight. Because I don't think Charlo beats Canelo. But, here's the thing. A lot of people said, well, Caleb Plant's going to give Canelo a lot of trouble. Canelo beats Caleb Plant. Oh, Caleb doesn't have power. Now, Charlo's a guy that Canelo's avoiding. So let's see Canelo fight Charlo. Let's see. Canelo, honestly, I really want to see that fight. I want to see Canelo fight Charlo. And I think Canelo wants to fight Charlo. I think Canelo would happily fight Charlo. I hope that fight is next. I really hope. I really hope that Eddie Reynoso and Canelo decide on Charlo. It does look like he does look favourite at this point. I do think it's between Charlo and Makabu. I really hope Canelo fights Charlo. Canelo recently has fought guys like Callum Smith, Billy Joe, Caleb Plant, guys that haven't really fought at that level, but he's given them the opportunity. Is he going to do the same with Charlo? Because Charlo hasn't really fought at Canelo's level, but is he going to give Charlo the opportunity to prove himself and prove that, he's a top fighter? Is one of these guys eventually going to step up and beat Canelo? That's what I want to see. Andrade's another one where Andrade hasn't really fought a top level, so he needs to step up and fight one of these top guys. Maybe Golovkin could be that, that fight for Andrade. Eventually Andrade will get his step-up fight. Eventually Andrade will get up his step-up fight and he'll get that big name, big fight. Charlo will get it. I think Charlo might get it next with Canelo. I hope so anyway. But I just want to see these big fights, guys. I want to see these big fights. I want to see, these fights happen. Charlo and Canelo's a big fight. Canelo and Makabu isn't a big fight. And that's the issue. Because people's consensus, even though it may be a harder fight, Makabu's a bigger guy, bigger puncher, maybe dangerous. But the difference is in people's perception, right, that Canelo and Charlo's a bigger fight. Do you see what I mean? So Canelo, for his legacy, I think fighting Charlo might be better than fighting Makabu. But Charlo won't have any belt. Charlo's got nothing that Canelo needs. But I just think that I just want to see it because let's see how good Charlo is. Let's see whether Charlo is the man that people have been saying, that he's the guy that's going to give Canelo trouble. Let's see if it's a 50-50 fight. I don't think it is. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. My opinion's just my opinion. Charlo has got a good jab. Maybe he could control Canelo with a jab. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Canelo, I personally think Canelo would stop Charlo. People think that, no, Charlo's got a granite chin and this, that, and the other. We'll see. I think Canelo would stop him. But I'm pretty sure there's other people that think, how many people have said, Paulie Malignaggi has said that he thinks Charlo beats him, and Ennis thinks it's a 50-50 fight. So there's people with other opinions, right? There's people with differing opinions, and that's what makes the sport great, debate, and people having different opinions, you know. I want to see this fight, man. I want to see this fight. Hopefully, please hope that Canelo fights Charlo next. I really hope so. You know, I know Zakamo said that he doesn't want to see Canelo Charlo when he came on my live stream, you know, but I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez, Andrade, or Charlo. One of those. The Benavidez fight's going to happen, period. The Benavidez fight's going to happen, period. Because I think that fight's too big. I think it's too Mexican-American, you know, well, Canelo's Mexican, but Benavidez Mexican-American. So I just think that fight's too big for it not to happen in the future. I hope he fights Andrade as well. I've openly said that I want to see Canelo fight Andrade. I really want to see that fight. You know, some of you don't want to see. I really want to see it. I really want to see it because I feel Canelo wins that fight. So I want to see Canelo fight Andrade. I want to see Canelo fight Charlo because there's a lot of people out there that actually think that those guys beat Canelo or could give him a good run for his money. So let's see these fights. Canelo Beterbiev, that's my top of the list. That's my top of the list because that is a war. That is an absolute beauty of a fight. That's a beauty of a fight. And that's a fight where Canelo's legacy will be enhanced because a lot of people think Beterbiev beats Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people think Beterbiev beats Canelo Alvarez. But is Canelo v Charlo a 50-50 fight? It's a great fight. It's a great fight. It's a great fight in the sense that I think Charlo will bring it. Charlo will bring his A game to that fight. Charlo will give his best. For me, he'll come up short. But that, you know, who doesn't come up short against Canelo? Everyone comes up short against Canelo. Most people come up short against Canelo. You know that Canelo's the top man at the minute. So I want to see Canelo fight Charlo. And then I want to see, hopefully, the Beterbiev fight. Look, what a year it would be if Canelo fights Charlo and Beterbiev. Oh, what a year. What a year it would be. What a year it would be if that happens. We want to see it, guys. We want to see Canelo fight Charlo. I want to see it, man. I want to see Canelo. I want to see Canelo fight all of these guys. Because I feel he beats all of them. All of them. And here's the thing. A lot of people say, well, Canelo's ducking Andrade. Canelo's ducking that. You got to understand, Canelo's career is not over yet. If Canelo finishes his career and he doesn't fight these guys, then you could probably say, you know what? There was something about Andrade, like I said about Floyd and Khan. Floyd is retired. And I never said Floyd is ducking Khan, by the way. I think he avoided that fight. There was something about Khan he didn't like. But remember, Floyd is retired. Canelo's not retired. Canelo's still fighting. Canelo, we don't know who's he going to fight, who's he not going to fight by the end of his career. If he avoids somebody, like, just say he doesn't fight Andrade, and you say, there was something about Andrade that he didn't like. You know, maybe it was a style thing, whatever. But right now, Canelo's active. He's not retired. So we don't know who is he going to fight. Once you finish, when the guy finishes his career, if he doesn't fight someone, then you can accuse him. But not when a guy's active and he's still top on top. Canelo may still fight all of these guys. We just don't know yet. So I think it's not fair to criticize Canelo at this point. Canelo's still active. He's still active. You know, I feel like you judge people at the end of their career, not just when they're fighting, when they're active, when they're in their prime. You know, so yeah, hopefully the Canelo Charlo is next. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. By the way, I think Canelo is a huge favorite in that fight. You know, I would more say probably like 80-20, and that's being like, even that might be being generous. But I think, you know, Canelo would be odds on to win that fight. You know, I'm not saying the odds mean it all, but I just think Canelo will be favorite. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.